Welcome to this week's Everchosen. As always, we are the antithesis of professionalism, and we're really not. We don't know what we're doing. I am the host and DM, Feargus, as always, and I am joined by my lovely players. We are one down this week again. Jack is on holiday. The bastard.
What about you?
He's left us to go to the beach.
This outrageous behaviour.
Yeah, he'd rather be at the beach than playing D&D.
Yeah.
Oh, may it be rainy and windy.
No.
I'm
We want it to be beautiful and sunny because that's the weather he hates the most.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I have one of those in my life.
He loves the rain. So I hope it's beautiful and sunny where you are, Jack, because that will mean that you're deeply miserable.
Jack, you're weird.
The beach is super overrated.
It is. I'd rather be inside playing D&D any day of the week.
As someone who grew up on a tiny island that I could could travel in any direction for 5 minutes and hit a beach. Beaches are really overrated after a while.
Right, Anakin.
Oh, that's a reference.
Yeah.
Had to be made, I'm sorry.
This is never thought to fight Darth Vader with sand. I mean,
it's so obvious.
yeah. And it's like the most brilliant thing that they ever did in that film was to hide Luke on Tatooine, a planet of sand, knowing Darth Vader would never go there.
We've digressed.
Don't remind me. No, you're reminding me of the prequel films. Why are you doing that?
No, those don't exist.
Why are you doing that to me? That's just mean.
It's you gotta love a film that makes Natalie Portman look like a bad actor.
That is fair. But let's get back on course.
Yeah.
With our announcements. We have our party coming up at the end of the month.
We do.
So if you are not RSVP'd on our website to our 1-year anniversary party, do it. Do it now. Now, do it.
It's in like 8 days.
Yeah, it is in like 8 days.
Open a new tab. Go to the wayfarersleague.com. Click on events. Open events. It's right there. Just click RSVP.
It is.
Come in.
It's as long as you're 21.
We'll
But yeah,
wait for
you do have to be over 21 because there will be alcohol. But I'm watching you do it, and you're not doing it.
Yeah.
Do it.
You need to do it now.
Do it.
I'm actually scared.
Now. Do it now. Yeah, now.
Yeah.
I live too far away. I can't go. Don't judge me.
Oh, boo. Quitter.
I'll zoom in. How's that? Someone set up a laptop and I'll join.
We should do live stream at some point of the party.
That is our only announcement.
Nope.
Is it not?
GM's Academy is back, people.
Oh yeah.
GM's Academy is back. Is going to be starting up again. I want to say the week after next. Yeah,
It's the week after our party.
on Monday the 30th. In the evening, I will be running a workshop on setting up stuff on Roll20. So if you are a GM who has always been afraid to try out virtual tabletops or specifically to try out Roll20, I'm going to go through a full tutorial on that. So sign up for that on the website as well. There is a discounted rate for early birds and also discounted rate for our members, and the guild artisans can take the course for free. So
it's a really good course. We've got some super good lessons.
Yep.
I will be running a few. Katie, I know you're running 1 or 2. They're really good. Sign up for all of them.
All of them, yes. Well, only one of them's available on the website at the moment, but eventually they will all be available.
Yeah.
Sign up for them. They're really going to be really cool fun. So yes, that is also an announcement that we have coming up.
So, with our announcements over, let's jump into this week's session of Everchosen with a recap of last session, which was basically one long combat encounter. You guys traveling from the city of Burgate to the nearby mining city, town sort of Colton. were jumped on the road by a couple of the cultists that you have been following and investigating. And with them were some things that none of you had ever seen before. These strange, twisted, horrifying creatures that seem to, whenever they die, explode and replicate. You defeated the creatures and the cultists. Kez, searching the cultist body, found not a lot on them, just kind of like their combat gear, almost. And not wishing to be caught out again, you kind of picked up the pace, head off the road a bit, and started to be a bit more stealthy, or rather as stealthy as this group can be, which isn't very stealthy.
As it turns out, not
yeah.
very stealthy
It
at all.
was a disaster.
Yeah, no. You weren't jumped again, and eventually you made camp. And during your sort of nighttime routine, Kez, you sensed a portal to another plane of existence. Sort of a mile or two away from the camp. And following this little beacon that you sensed, you came to a seemingly deserted campsite. There were a couple of tents set up with a note that seemed to be for the cultists that you just fought. It mentioned something known as the Infinite Maze, and an individual known as Anashe, who you didn't recognize. Exploring the camping floor, you found that in one of the tents there was a small, smooth stone about palm size, with this strange glowing rune on it. This seemed to be the source of this beacon. You tried to bury it, to sort of cover it up, but any dirt that you pulled on top of it seemed to vanish from sight. Not knowing what to do with this thing, you kind of left it where it was and returned to your companions and informed them of the camp and the stone, as well as showing them the note. Being a bit tapped after the combat encounter and not wanting to expend any more energy, you guys bed down for the night, where you all got a peaceful night's rest. And you pick back up the next morning. Marina, your dome that you set up fades, and you were all met with the early morning light of another autumn day.
Okay. Should we check to see if that rock is still there? Because I might be able to do something with it.
Yep. Works for me.
Okay. You lead your group back. It's relatively easy to lead the group back to the camp and the stone. This being an environment you're very familiar with, Kez.
Can't get lost.
Yeah. It's very difficult for you to get lost in these kinds of environments. And indeed, you
find lots of food as well.
And then I will do an identify on the stone once we.
Okay. Yeah. The stone's still there. The camp still seems to be abandoned. Marina, as you cast identify on it, you get that this is a relic known as a keystone. You know that it allows whoever holds it or is attuned to it to set up a portal to a plane or demi-plane. It's kind of unclear, known as the Infinite Maze. It basically allows the user to cast a plane shift or teleport spell in a sort of an area of 15 feet.
Is
And you know that there are 2 charges before the stone essentially disintegrates.
it still active?
It's. I mean.
I mean,
in a sense.
you can't
It-
really. I
'Cause
mean,
last time there was a glowing rune on it, wasn't it?
yeah, the rune's still there and it is still glowing.
It's active in a sense, not like in. Marina will like just reach down and pick it up, and she goes like, it's not like volatile, like it's not going to go off or anything.
Yeah, but when I tried to bury it, it was still a portal. The dirt disappeared.
Oh, okay. I mean,
I mean, that was last night, so it might have expired by now.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's a key, so it's a keystone that can unlock. That it can be used to open up a portal to this demi-plane of the Infinite Maze. Looks like it can still be used a couple of times. I guess in a pinch, I could potentially use it to take us there if that was ever something where we needed to go. There's 2 charges on it, so I guess that's
You
like
would know that one of the
round trip.
charges. You would know that one of the charges has been used up already.
So one of the charges has been used up already.
Yeah.
So okay, so there's 1 charge left.
Yeah. There's one. It has 2 charges and there's 1 charge left.
It's got 1
Okay,
more
and it doesn't need a
charge.
stone on the other side.
Did I glean anything like that? Like,
No, it's kind of like a. It is almost like a. I mean, there's a reason they're called keystones for a reason. It's because they are literally a key. Like you use it, it opens up this portal. You step through the doorway. The doorway kind of closes behind you, and then you don't know what the Infinite Maze is. So you got no idea what's on the other side of it.
Okay,
But
so you
it
can't-
is yeah. It's basically a key.
So you can't decide where it goes. It just opens up to.
It opens up to this realm.
it operates like a plane shift spell. So if I knew, like, if I had good knowledge of a place in the Infinite Maze, then I could potentially target us there. But in a place called the Infinite Maze, I doubt it's easy to get a very specific location.
Yeah, maybe let's not go there.
I mean, I'm going to keep hold of this, 1, so that they don't have it, and 2, that if there is ever a situation where we might need to go there, then we can. But I think
carrying
it's...
that around ain't gonna zap you into the other dimension, is it?
No, you need to attune to it, which I'm not going to take the time to do until we actually need to use it. And then once you attune to it, you would then have to do the actual like thing to create the portal. So it's not going to just like
it's an item that you carry on your person, and then I said the person attuned to it. That was more like a flowery language. You don't, in terms of gaming mechanics, you don't need to attune to it. It's kind of it's something that you carry around, and then if you want to go to this place, you use the stone, and then you appear there, and then wherever there is.
So we have a way into that plane should we ever need to go there, but it's not going to just spontaneously do it.
Okay, so I have an interesting question. The stone creates a portal, so if you go through it,
yes,
the stone is, you can't take the stone with you, because it seemed like the portal was
it's a key
connected to the stone.
No, it's a key. So I imagine you can create the portal with the stone. It's got one charge left in it. As soon as that portal is created, it's going to disintegrate anyway. Yeah. So it will literally be a case of the portal opens, it stays open for like 6 seconds, and we just got to get through it in that 6 seconds, all of us.
But I'm just wondering if did these cultists come through the stone, or did they have the stone and use it to bring more creatures with them?
Okay. Because you don't know how the stone works.
I'm not sure how the stone... Not sure enough about the stone to kind of know that. However, those things that we fought didn't seem to behave the way that demons and devils do, in as much as, like, Frey was hurting them with fire, and like, I'd never seen a creature like that before, so they may be native creatures to the Infinite Maze. And so, there's a good chance, I'm not saying this is what happened, but there's a good chance that they brought those things through using this.
What I'm more worried about is do the cultists come from there, or are the cultists just scattered around the material plane, or could they just pop up? I mean, they have been popping up wherever, but...
I don't think they would be able to create a portal specifically to this stone, because when the act of doing this is a plane shift, and when you do a plane shift, you have to, if you know of a location, you can plane shift to that location on the plane, but otherwise you just get dropped in a random spot on the plane. So there's not really a way to like anchor yourself to a position unless you know what that place is.
So you think they were here, they activated the stone to a random place in the Infinite Maze, and just had these
just brought a bunch of shit through. Yeah, that's my kind of theory. Okay.
But that suggests that the Infinite Maze is full of those creatures, if they're, everywhere.
It does. I'm not going to lie to you about that. It potentially is filled with those things. I mean, this is working on a theory, but...
Not go there.
Well, I'm not suggesting we go there, like, right this second. I'm saying ever need to go there, because we are investigating this cult, and this cult are doing business on other planes. There is a chance we might have to go to another plane at some point. And I just, this is a way for us to get to one of the planes that we now know they have a link to.
And there's no way to seal that plane off, so they can't come through anymore.
I mean, to destroy a demi-plane? That would be...
destroy the bridge between our plane and theirs.
That is
Well, the stone is the bridge, I'd assume.
That would
but it might not be the only one.
Yeah.
That would probably require going into the Astral Sea and navigating that hellhole.
The what?
The Astral Sea. The Astral Sea is one of the inner planes, like the ethereal plane. But the Astral Sea is also the gateway between all... Jesus Christ. Sirens. The Astral Sea is the gateway between the material plane and the outer planes. So the Immaterium, the Heavens, Mechanus, Limbo, all of these places are linked to us through the Astral Sea. It's a gateway. It's like a bridge between them. But it's a nightmare to try and navigate if you go there. And it also is the place where all demi-planes are contained. So it's a whole mess of things that we would have to try and navigate to try and do that.
Do we even know that the Infinite Maze is an outer plane?
It's not. It's a demi-plane.
But we don't know where demi-planes...
Demi-planes exist in the Astral Sea.
Oh, in the Astral Sea. Okay.
Yes, they are created in the Astral Sea. It would be a very difficult thing to do to try and shut that place off, to collapse it, or to any of that stuff. Like, we're talking like god levels of power to do something like that. So it's probably not within our realm of possibilities at the moment.
Yet. We could acquire godlike powers somehow.
I can go to the ethereal plane for 6 seconds if we want to. Bike.
There is...
We're getting there.
Well, the ethereal plane would be the ethereal plane is different. The ethereal plane is the border between our plane and the inner planes. So like the elemental planes. But the astral sea is the one that's the that kind of links to the demi planes and to the outer planes. So that would be a different thing.
Why do we need so many planes? I miss when I was younger, and this was the only thing.
I mean, the planes were always there. It's just we weren't thinking about them then.
But exactly, that's my point. Is we didn't have to put up with all this shit like 10 years ago. But I don't know about you. You probably learned about this since you were what 2 because you grew up in.
No, I like started reading these kind of books when I was maybe I don't know 5. But anyway, it's
my point still stands.
It's a moot point. We have a way into that plane if we ever need it. I'm not saying we're going to need it, but if we do need it, we've got it. I am thinking that it might be best if we keep it in Frey's backpack, only because Frey has we recently got an item together, Frey and I, which prevents divination magic from working on her. So
I meant
if they
to that
A minute there, I thought you'd lost the plot, but
no, I have no.
no offense, Frank.
Oh, at least I need to.
It made me come over there, Maris.
No, it's not. I've not lost the plot. It's just if they try to track us through this thing, if it's on Frey's person in her possession, they will not be able to.
Makes sense. Don't blame me.
Finally, I'm trusted with something important.
Shall we carry on to Colton?
Let's, yeah.
Oh yeah, we were going to Colton.
Yes, that's what was going to happen before we got
Give me
out
the
of this.
shiny thing, please.
I hand the stone over to her, and I was like,
Okay. If this goes wrong and I get zapped into another plane, I'm blaming you.
You don't know how to plane shift. I mean, I don't know how to plane shift, but I think it would take a bit of work to work out how that
I might
thing
know how to
works.
plane shift. You don't know.
I'm pretty sure you don't know how to plane shift. I think we're all right.
Yeah, I think we'd all be majorly fucked finding how to plane shift.
I agree. So yeah, it's fine. I trust you with that, and let's move
okay.
on to Colton.
You all continue on your road to Colton.
Question about the road. I'm looking at the map, and it looks like there's a main road down that then branches off through Deerstark and then to Colton. Are we going down and then right, or is there a smaller road that just goes straight to Deerstark and then straight?
No, the road that there isn't a sort of a smaller road that goes straight to Colton. Okay.
So we're heading to Summerfall now, and then we'll branch.
Yeah. Well, no. So there's the main big road, which is known as the Tradeway, which kind of spans the length of the continent. And that's the road that you've primarily been traveling on when you've been traveling.
Yeah.
And just before you reach Summerfall, so actually you'd reach the fork in the road today. That's the road that you take off, and it leads towards Deerstark and Colton, and then down to Longley. You did actually take this road once when you were going to collect the misappropriated drugs for the collector.
Oh, those, yes.
Because that was at one of his safe houses just outside Deerstark.
Oh, okay. I remember that.
So, as you sort of come to this small fork in the road, you see it's still a sort of fairly well-maintained road that leads off the main tradeway, but it's slightly more dirt and just kind of like well-worn country track rather than this relatively nice semi-paved road that makes up the tradeway. And you sort of branch off and continue, start heading towards the town of Deerstark, which is about a day away from you guys.
How busy is the road this time?
It's not particularly busy. You don't run into anybody. There are no, or very few travelers on the road. And you eventually come to a point where you feel like you could make camp safely. If you wanted to, you could try and push on and make it a bit further towards Deerstark before night falls. But you'd be risking exhaustion at those points. Or you could just... Yeah, it's up to you guys.
As long as we make camp. I don't know about you guys, but...
Would they even be allowing people in at this time? I don't know.
Well, you probably wouldn't be able to make it to Deerstark.
Yeah.
You'd probably be about... If you pushed on, you'd probably be about half a day from Deerstark rather than...
I don't think we're in a rush.
I mean, we're in a bit of a rush because it's end of the world level kind of activity, but also we keep being attacked by things in the middle of the night, and we don't want to be exhausted when fucking rock thing comes back.
Okay.
Yeah, best not to take chances.
Okay then. You rest up. You do your nightly rituals, and Kez, you don't sense anything.
No, very good for now.
Can I spend the night attuning to my amulet, because I haven't done that?
Sure. Yeah, you can spend the night attuning to your amulet.
Thank you.
And yeah, if there's anything anybody wants to do during the evening, they can do.
I'll fix us up a hearty roast.
Easy enough.
Ray's just gonna walk around the perimeter a little bit and make sure we're alone, because she's pretty paranoid at this point.
Do you want to make me a perception check?
Oh no. Oh, God. That is a 16.
You're going to walk around camp a little bit, peer into the growing darkness, and you don't see anything. You don't hear anything apart from sort of the nocturnal animal life waking up. We're fairly certain you're alone.
That's good.
And with that, you guys all bed down. Kez, you're kind of getting comfortable in this little dome that you've come to sort of know and appreciate in the nights, especially as they're growing colder, because the dome is warm. There's something about the stone that just seems familiar. Not the way it looks or the rune, but just the way it feels. There's a sort of familiarity to the sort of the pulses that seem to coming off it. And as you kind of...
Sorry, is this a memory? I'm remembering the stone, or am I feeling this from...
You're feeling this from the stone. You're not sure what it is, but you kind of shrug it off. And as you fall asleep, in your dreams you have flashes. A kaleidoscopic corridor that seems to branch off in every direction. And every direction leads somewhere different. It leads everywhere and nowhere all at once. And then that image is gone. And then there's...
Could I try to see if I can recognize anything, if there's anything recognizable through any of the doorways or any passages? Or no, it's too quick.
It's literally just like a flash.
Yeah.
That's barely recognizable, and then it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a second one. A group of people wearing traveling clothes, packs, And they seem to be traversing this space, these corridors, this maze. And again, it's only a flash, and you only get the briefest of outlines of them. But again, there's something familiar about this. And then it's gone. And your dreams go back to normality. And when you awake the next morning, you can't shake the feeling that there's something about the stone that, or the place where it leads, that is familiar. Like, it's almost like the feeling you get when you visit an old family home that you grew up in when you were like 2 or something. Like, you don't recognize it visually, but there's just that feeling of, oh, I have a connection to this place. He wakes up. Hit long rest.
Three. Can I have a look at that stone again?
Sure. What do you want with it? And I sort of hand it over to Kaz.
Just I want to have a look at it.
It's about the size of your palm.
Mm-hmm.
It feels kind of...
Yeah, as we walk, I'll probably just stare at it. Try and get a clearer memory of the dream.
Okay. It feels warm to your touch. Make a roll a d20 and add your wisdom for me.
Wisdom is not bad. That's cocked. Oh, what was that? 5.
5. Okay. You spend a good chunk of your traveling day just kind of turning this stone over and over again in your hand. And no matter how you look at it, no matter how you hold it, it doesn't seem to do anything, but there's still that feeling.
I'll keep holding on to it.
Okay.
I don't think we're going to say anything just yet.
Fair enough. And about halfway through your day, you guys eventually arrive at the small town of Deerstark. Very much like the village of Summerfall that you guys have visited previously. It's sort of this small farming community. There looks to be a general store. There's what looks like an inn and tavern. A small little blacksmith that looks like he deals with various small commissions from the village. Are you guys just passing through, or do you...
Is there anything that people want to get whilst we're here?
Thieves' tools, I don't suppose you can just buy them anywhere. But
And I don't imagine they just sell those openly in a shop.
No.
Is there like some sort of church here?
You do recognize a small stone, plain stone structure that looks to be a house of the family. Yes.
So yeah, Hubert will go in there.
Okay.
Marina will see Hubert going towards there and go with him.
Paris will
Right.
also follow.
Yeah, I'll go too.
Okay.
Everyone's like,
Big
I'm going.
entertainment.
Okay. You head into the it's a lot smaller than the one in Burgate. The statue, but a very similar layout. 7 alcoves, each with a statue of the respective deity in them. a little stone altar at the sort of the head of the church or structure. There aren't any sort of pews or rows of seating. There are a couple of benches, but they all seem to face the one of the statues. There's nobody inside praying. There are a few burning incense, braziers, and just a single human. Looks to be maybe mid to late 20s, with a bit of a patchy beard, mousy brown hair, grey eyes, wearing the simple grey robes of the family clergy. And she went to kind of looks up and goes, "Ah, welcome. Come to pay your respects to a member of the family, have you? You look to be new in town. Travelers."
You have daughter here?
We have a statue of the daughter, and he kind of points to the third statue on the left-hand wall, which appears to be a depiction of the daughter, though not as fanciful as the one in Burgate.
Daughter look different here.
Oh,
This no look like daughter.
Well, I'm afraid my my skills with a chisel aren't as perhaps elegant as some of the larger houses, but
So you make this.
I made all the statues here.
So you see them in person to know.
No, these are more my my interpretations of what I believe the family to look like. You'll have some houses, the one in Riss and some of the other larger cities, Burgate. I believe they commissioned their statues. They might have more detail, but no, this is what I believe are the family to look like. Are you a believer?
Daughter help Hubert.
Daughter help lots of people.
But so you make daughter?
No, I didn't make her. I made a statue.
Okay. And you hear daughter?
Occasionally, I hear one or two words from each of the members.
And what daughter say?
I should help those in need when they need it, and be kind to my fellow man and woman. Truth be told, I haven't heard the voice of, well, any of the family for a good long while. But
maybe they leave.
No, I just think they're busy helping others. But I sit and I listen, and I know that eventually they'll get round to me. No matter how long it is between talks, I know that eventually I'll hear their voices again. It could be days, weeks, years, decades even. They are, after all, greater beings than us. Must be busy. And I am but a lowly priest in a small village, so I understand if their eyes don't turn to me.
You you seem good.
Well, I try to be good.
So, this town lots need?
Yes and no, depending on the time of year. Around this time, harvests are coming in. Pray to the mother for good, strong crop. Pray to the daughter for fresh love. It's quiet is the right word. But that's how I like it.
It's quiet. Hubert's gonna go over to the daughter and he's going to look up at the roughly carved statue and just say, thanks for not let Hubert go dark place. Then he just turns and walks out.
Okay. The young man kind of will just go, nice talking to you. I hope the family watches over you. Yeah, kind of just awkwardly watches you leave.
Yeah. I like that Hubert's so awkward at church. Like,
yeah,
right. Okay, leaving. Like, no goodbyes.
Yeah.
I guess we all just follow Hubert out of the church again. We all just kind of like stood there in the doorway watching, ready to jump in if things got bad.
He's kind of turned around and go, weird group of people.
That's all from Hubert.
Okay. Is there anything else anybody wants to do in Deerstark, or are you moving on quickly to try and get to Colton?
And Kez wants to locate some thieves' tools.
Yeah, I'm not very. I mean, I sort of have a criminal background, but I don't think I'm not quite at Precious's level for finding out.
Maybe we better try and make contact with what I assume will be the Thieves Guild in Colton.
The thing is, I don't really want to get mixed up with that sort of crowd.
But that's how you get thieves' tools.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just worried.
There was one in Rest. There's not going to be one in Deerstark. Probably, I don't know.
Hang on. Okay, hang on.
Because I have such a clean, non-criminal background.
You have a different sort of criminal background.
Hang on. Okay. I might be able to help track something of that ilk down.
Rena, what? You're the good one.
Not through any sordid means. I mean, I'm a diviner. I might be able to magically do something to track something down. Marina will cast Locate Object.
Okay.
Which lasts for 10 minutes and
it's 1,000 feet.
It's got a 1,000-foot radius. And basically, one of the alternate uses of this, the spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind.
Okay.
So I think she's going to do that, and basically, I imagine she would have seen Precious's thieves' tools before. precious left.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she's going to kind of focus on that, like that kind of item, like that she would have seen in the kit, and see if she was they wander through the town, see if she can kind of like pick up a trace of it.
Okay. That's fair. There are no pings in Deerstark. This town does not have a thieves guild that will sell you thieves tools.
Oh, we can't even steal them off someone? A random rogue passing through? It's disappointing.
Just jump a rogue. That would be a thing.
6v1, it's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm out here for an adventure. Let me jump a rogue.
What do we know about Colton? Anyone who comes from the kingdom, from the northern kingdom?
Nobody comes from this particular kingdom.
I come from way down south.
I suppose the only people who might have an idea are Hubert, Marina, and John. I mean, you guys could make.
I can make a check.
Yeah, you can make history checks if you want to find out what you know about Colton.
Yeah. Just wondering if there's any customs or rules that we should know going in.
John.
21.
There we go. Marina getting the 21. So Marina, you know that Colton's primarily a mining town. It's built quite literally onto the back of a relatively small single mountain known as the Heart Spire. Heart Spear. Can't read my own writing.
I get that.
And you would know that the local legend is that the mountain is known as the Heart Spear because it was said to have pierced the heart of a dragon during the calamity. And the town is primarily a mining town, sort of iron, a few precious gems here and there. But yeah, it's kind of built into and on the back of this mountain.
And Colton. Okay, so yeah, I kind of share all that with the group. Let's go. Let's say mining town, and it's got like its local legends, I guess. Although mining town, there's potentially some kind of underbelly there, I guess. It depends what they're mining. Because if they're mining precious gemstones or precious metals, that's the sort of kind of place where you'd find criminal activity.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of size, is it similar to Burgate? Or
it's a little smaller than Burgate.
It also have a lot of the things that.
Yeah, it's smaller than Burgate, not as small as Summerfall.
Okay.
It's sort of in between those two.
Yeah.
But it's still like a big city, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a relatively big city. I'm trying to think of a real world comparison.
That's alright, I think I got it.
Yeah. Just reach for our geography skills.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not geography.
That seems good enough. I don't think we need to pry into It's these people's lives to find out anymore.
Yep.
And it's about 2 days away from here.
From Deerstark, yes, it's about 2 days.
Okay. Stock up on rations and head out.
Yep. Got our
Okay.
food.
Yeah, no, stocking up on rations is easy enough. You can do that from the local general store. You head back out. You finish your day's journey. Another relatively quiet night. Okay, so you get those similar dreams again this night. Again, it's flashes of this kaleidoscopic space, these corridors that just seem to lead everywhere. You can see you see doorways coming off them that seem to one doorway leads to this beautiful seaside city, all sorts of colors and people. Another leads to a frigid northern a frigid expanse that just seems to go on. A third looks to lead to a small farming community. A fifth, mountains. And then the vision's gone again.
Did I see the travelers at all?
No, the travelers were not in this.
So it was strong. It was more vivid than the previous night.
Yeah, you could kind of see it more clearly. You could see that even though this place seemed to go on and on forever, there just seemed to be doorways leading off it that went to different places that seemed miles, if not hundreds of miles apart, even though the doors were right next to each other.
But I don't recognize any of the places.
No, they were too. They weren't clear enough for you to recognize any of them. It was kind of brief glimpses of these different places. Everybody wakes up on their fifth and final day of travel.
So, quick question. Kez, do you tell us about these dreams?
I was going to say, about halfway through on the way that day, I just might say, out of the blue, I think I've been there before.
Been where?
The infinite corridor.
The infinite maze.
Yeah.
How come?
I just get these visions, like memories. The stones, it just feels familiar.
Huh.
I don't remember anything.
Maybe.
Maybe I'm going crazy.
I'm sure you're not going crazy. I mean, I have weird visions more often than the average person. Mine are usually quite scary. I might be able to help.
I'm not sure it felt like a vision more than it was just digging up buried memories.
Okay. I might be able to help in as much as maybe help make these a bit more clearer.
Okay.
I don't know how well it will work, or at the very least I might be able to see what's going on and make some sense out of it. I've got some magic that I can do for that.
You got something for everything, don't you?
I try to be like really well equipped with like different things for different occasions. But also divination is my thing. So
Your bailiwick.
yeah, that's like a really big thing for me. If you know, if you guys are maybe happy to sit down for a minute or so whilst I try something.
This is about lunchtime.
For me.
Okay, yeah, no, you can do this around lunchtime.
Alright. I sit down in front of Kez and will just like place my hands on his temple and I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
And she's gonna kind of say to him as he goes, okay, so right now I can sense your surface thoughts. You're gonna feel me press in a moment, and you're gonna want to resist it, but if you please just let me in, and I will like try and seek out the important stuff. I'll try not to be too invasive, I promise.
Okay.
Because
I need. Okay, Kez, do you let Marina in? Do you let her probe deep? Okay. Marina, can you roll?
I would try to bring the vision forefront in my mind.
Okay. Marina, can you roll me? Just roll me an Arcana.
Arcana.
Yeah, Arcana.
I'm just going to use my portent on this one.
Okay.
And that will be that would be a 22.
A 22. Okay. As you probe deeper into Kez's thoughts, you get similar visions. This kind of crazy kaleidoscopic space with these branches and corridors leading off everywhere. You see vague outlines of doorways built into the walls. And then it's gone. And then there's another vision of these figures, travelers almost, traversing this space, flitting from doorway to doorway, seemingly finding their way in this maze. And again, that vision is gone. And then you pull out, and you have a pounding headache. Like the you have a.
You okay?
Yeah, I just looked in through your memories to a demi-plane that is very colorful and chaotic. Oh, that's gonna.
Ray kind of pats her on the shoulder.
Thank you. That's gonna hurt for a bit. Wow.
Nice spell.
Yeah.
Have you places that he's been, or?
You've not done that on us without permission before, right?
No, I haven't done that on you guys. I haven't had the spell that long. In fact, I'm pretty sure I bought this one when we were in Burgate.
And we would know if you were casting it on us?
Surface level stuff, no. Anything deeper than that,
I
you
didn't
would
do
feel. you would feel the resistance.
It's like a pressure.
Yeah, you feel like something's like trying to earworm its way in, and you can like fight it back. Surface level stuff.
Don't do that on me. You will
I'm
just traumatize yourself.
well, yeah, no. Surface level stuff is pretty much all I could do without alerting anyone to it. But I wouldn't do that to you guys.
My surface level thoughts is just a tiny version of me screaming constantly. So
fair enough. Yeah. I'm not going to be doing anything super invasive against you guys. I'm not, you know, that's not me. But that was an intense thing. So, because there was, like, the group of people that were traveling there, like, you don't have like any actual like memory of those people?
No,
or?
I mean it's the image, the memory, whatever it is not clear enough. It doesn't give me.
how many of them were there?
How many were there?
Couldn't tell.
It's hard to say. It was like
That's not so.
it was a lot of shapes and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe I don't know. I mean, you've got this kind of attunement to portals, right? You've got this kind of connection to them.
Yeah.
And the maze itself, like what did it look like visually? Like, was it like a rocky maze? Was it like a hedge maze or a shadowy maze? Like, was there what kind of like visually was there?
It looked as if it was stone.
Stone.
Yet they seemed to shift and move as if they were somehow semi-organic almost. It's like they moved with a
Where were the colours coming from?
The stones themselves, like the
Those
stones
very
were
colourful stones.
iridescent,
Right.
and some seemed
Okay.
to shift and change colours. Others were just very bright and in your face.
Okay. There was a lot to take in, but it was also like very confusing and vague, which
Yeah, I don't know where my connection to portals and the planes came from. I always assumed it was just as a result of all this weird stuff that was happening to us recently.
yeah.
But maybe that just triggered something from my past. I don't remember.
Yeah, so you're the only one who can.
Maybe it's another
And-
life.
I mean, has anyone tried sensing portals?
No. Do
No,
we?
pretty much.
I can detect magic. No, I do. It can I actually? Do I even have that? So I'm pretty sure I do.
Pretty certain you have detect
Magic.
magic.
Yeah, I have detect magic. I can detect magic in general, but I don't have like anything.
If you were able to
specific
do that before we did any of this portal stuff.
Oh, yeah, detect magic is a real simple divination spell. Like I had that one before I even left Master Tavern's Tower before I met you guys.
Seems like a pretty classic one for
It's
magic people to have. I say not having that spell at all.
Well, your magic is different though. That's
My magic is setting things on fire, and I'm rapidly realizing that I've made terrible life decisions and have focused way too much on one particular thing that doesn't work in most contexts now.
Took a while.
So yay.
We will get you some new magic.
Hey, I can fly at least. That's cool, right?
Yeah, no, flying is super cool. You can That's really cool.
Maybe you can have control water to balance it out.
That'll be fun. I could drown people.
You
Can you
always-
drown
We're-
demons?
I don't think
Could be
demons
more-
breathe.
Well, then that's no use, then, is it? I can hit them really hard with the stick. How's that?
Lightning might do.
No, demons tend to be resistant to lightning. Lightning would work on devils, though. Demons generally tend to be quite protected against fire, lightning, and cold. Sometimes
That's
acid.
fantastic. They're all the kinds of damage that I can do.
Yeah, poison. They're really like they just are completely ignore. Because
So you don't even need me, you guys.
no, Frey,
Oh, we want you.
we
I mean, we do need
Yeah.
you.
you are an important person in the team, and you know there are other ways, other spells out there that you know we can figure out for you, and you can cost more than just the fire stuff. But anyways, yeah, the portal stuff. I don't know. I guess I kind of feel like maybe Kez, you know, is in a cycle of some kind of reincarnation.
Ooh.
Either
Okay,
that
so
or
it was
just
weird before, and now it's real trippy.
yeah. Otherwise, unless it's just like some severe amnesia, but Kez,
And it's
I-
like looking through the portal.
It could
actually
have been when I was really, really young and just don't remember.
maybe. I mean, I've never really asked how old everyone is, but I never really thought you were that old, Kez. So I think like, what point in your life, like how long ago could that have been if it was that recent and you? I don't know.
Well,
Yeah, how old is
I don't think
everyone?
it is.
I'm 22.
I wouldn't have thought it would be recent. I mean, if it is a memory, then I'm just the nature of it because it's so vague. I'm thinking it might be from when I was really, really young.
Yeah, maybe.
Remember much before I was a kid.
Wait, so the working theory is that Kez, when he was very young, you were kidnapped or something, taken to the infinite maze, brought back, forgot everything, and now we're experiencing flashes of memories in a dream. That's what we're going with?
Well, my theory as a player, I don't know if Kez would pick up on it, is that my family traveled along this infinite maze and then lost me or dropped me off somewhere out of it, and now I'm just.
Why are we your family in the infinite maze?
I don't know.
No,
I don't know my family.
to be fair,
But you don't know. Okay, that answers part of my query.
but to be fair, like even just looking into it through your mind, Kez, was really messed with my head. And I'm usually quite resilient mentally, so if you were actually there when you were younger and then got taken out of there and put into the material plane, the idea that it would just erase your memory of the place is not super far-fetched.
But it would also explain why I'm not as affected by the visions as you are.
That's true, yeah, because you're more
Born in it.
you were born in it, or you have been there before, and you've built up a resistance to it. It's all speculation at this point.
I mean, can I just say I've done like a lot of drugs when I was younger, and none of
I
them.
thought you meant recently.
No. I mean, you know my past. I did all of it. And none of them gave me a trip as weird as this one now that might actually be true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I just because you said Fergus?
Mm.
You said it felt like something familiar. which is why I thought it felt like a memory. But am I backing up? Does it feel like a memory, or is it more of a some sort of
it's difficult to say. The visions are so quick and chaotic in their nature that it's hard to gauge whether these are memories or whether they're visions. Just roll me another just general wisdom check for Kez.
Okay. Better.
Okay.
9.
A 9.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Doing almost as well as my artificer training.
Yeah.
Get new dice.
Yeah, you get new dice. You believe they feel more like memories than they do visions, but you've got no idea. Well, no, that's a contradiction.
No, it's just a feeling.
But yeah, it's yeah. You're kind of like,
this is really weird for me. Could be anything. Absolutely anything.
I think at this point we're just speculating anyway. We don't have enough information to really say for certain what's going on. So it's good that we're aware. Two of us have kind of seen into that space now in your head, so hopefully as more pieces of that puzzle come around, we'll be able to put it together. Yeah. Also, Frey, you said some sad things, and Marina just gives Frey a hug. Just like, you said some sad things just now.
Thank you, Marina. As she kind of awkwardly hugs her back.
But it's becoming less awkward as time goes.
She's learning how to hug. Okay, she didn't understand this.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
carry on.
Yeah, let's get back on the road.
Can I have the stone back, please?
Sure.
I think that
Ralph, is driving you crazy, and
I don't think it's. I feel like this day that I was holding it, my dreams. I mean, I had a similar dream last night, or the night before, and it was clearer now. I feel like the stone might be helping. I don't know. Maybe it's a bad thing that I'm having these visions.
Maybe
if it is memories, then the stone might be helping familiarize me.
Well, should I at least have it during the day so my fancy necklace thing will keep us safe?
That's what I was going to suggest. Maybe it was because you can hold it at night to see if it clarifies more, but maybe during the day it's best for Frey to hold it so that they can't track us.
I promise I'll be good.
Okay.
That was.
See, I have no wish to teleport into a demi-plane that probably will get me killed.
You're not interested in this thing, so yeah, go for it.
Wait, so did you give it back to her?
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Nice. And you continue on your way. And as evening begins to fall, you guys, in fact, all throughout your day, you've seen the mounting of Heartspear grow bigger and bigger in the distance. And now, as evening approaches, you come fully upon the mountain itself. And it's, for some of you, the largest thing you've ever seen. Kez, you've spent your life in and around the world spine mountains. And this is tiny compared to those. But for
a mountain?
Yeah. But for Hubert, Marina, John, and Free as well,
But I not seen the world's fine mountains traveling north.
Maybe off in the distance, but
But
you
not
never
so
saw them up close before. This thing is huge. It dominates the landscape around it. And you see the outer walls of the city of Colton. Or at least 2/3 of them, as it looks as if the final third of the city uses the mountain itself as a sort of wall. You see, as you kind of come in, you see the path kind of splits, and one seems to head slightly further up to a gate set a lot higher. And the kind of the road kind of continues on and round, and the path, there's a sort of a signpost. And the one pointing up is labelled the Stone Gate, while the one kind of continuing in front of you is known as the Marble Gate. Yeah, welcome to Colton.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Yeah, do a 50-50, flip a coin.
Yeah, I have no idea which one of these is better.
Okay, we're gonna take a gold piece out and flip it. Stonegate.
Is that some divination trick?
Okay.
Nope, just I don't.
Just a coin flip.
Just a coin flip.
No, that's fine.
I don't think I have anything that will tell me anything, give me any actual interesting information here. So.
Nope. So you know, you guys.
Put on a show and made us think that you knew what
You guys head towards the Stone Gate. You end up heading. The trail kind of leads up about, and you climb for maybe 50, maybe 75 feet or so. And as you pass through the rather grimy looking gates, you pass the city guards that you come to expect in all Lorien cities. They don't really pay you much mind. You enter the upper reaches, and it looks a lot. This part of the city looks to be mainly taken up by miners' houses. It's very grimy. There's a thick layer of dirt covering most things. As you're sort of walking through the main city streets, you pass a few small looking taverns before you come to a small little market square that looks to be closing down for the night. You see most of the stalls are sort of packing up their wares, and you can see a long trail of people kind of walking down towards you from the mountain. And these look to be miners, foremen, people who make their living within the mountain themselves, coming back from a hard day's work to rest and drink. What are you guys looking for?
Shall we?
We have a list, don't we, of things we're supposed to be looking for out here?
We do. We're going to be here a while, I'm guessing.
Okay, a warehouse within the walls of Colton. Oh, a warehouse, fun.
So,
what could possibly go wrong?
I guess let's find a place for us to stay until, like a base that we can work out of.
Didn't the collector give us a list of the actual names of the people we're looking for?
Yeah, but I think a lot of it was stuff we already had.
Well, they
He,
have
he gave you actual names.
yeah.
Can we pin it in
You
the
had
please?
initials.
Francis Vera, Lord Francis Vera of Colton.
I've actually lost this list.
Yeah,
I'm guessing you guys ask around for a place to stay.
Yeah. I was
Oh, is it quite
gonna
late? So we're
spot a town guard or someone and
No, that's not difficult to spot. You spell one and they actually point you further down. They say that the only reliable places to find inns would be in the lower reaches. And they're kind of like, you came in through the wrong gate, basically. But they point you towards a place known as the Merchant's Rest, in the lower reach of the city. And as you head, sorry, Matt, were you going to say something?
I was going to say, I guess maybe tomorrow we track down this Francis Vera and maybe tail him. If he's connected to the cult and there's this warehouse that's connected to the cult, guess he's bound to go there at some point, right?
Maybe, but if we go at him, we might tip him off and the
That's
whole
why I
cult.
said that we tail him.
How
Yeah,
we
but
tail
you know
him?
what we're like with stealth.
I meant like
Me give him my tail.
no, I mean no, Hubert. I mean like we follow him from a distance and watch what he does. Try to
Also,
make sure that
Worth
he
a
doesn't
try.
make sure that he doesn't know that we're following him.
Also, if this is the walls aren't that big, we could probably cover them within a day. So finding a warehouse within the walls, I don't think would be.
It's not a case of finding a warehouse. I'm sure there are lots of warehouses. It's making sure we find the right warehouse.
But probably not that many.
Also, we don't know if it's
inside
a
the
warehouse
wall.
against the wall because it just says within the wall, so that could really be anywhere.
But the one in Burgate was actually in the wall.
Yeah,
It was
but
against the wall.
Okay.
it was, but we don't know if it's the same here. Probably it will be because you don't want like super illegal cult activities right in the center of town. But then if they're teleporting in and out, it will avoid suspicion. So because no one will see their like.
And
know,
this is a
crates
mining,
full of explosives.
This is a mining city, so they probably have a lot of warehouses where they store all of that mined material.
Can we rob those?
We're not here to rob anyone. We're here to stop the cultists.
Yeah, but we need money for stuff.
We can make money without stealing. Well, actually,
How the
no,
collectors
hang on,
have
wait.
gone off.
No, actually, evidence to the contrary on that one.
Yeah,
So
all
far,
our money
all of
has
the money
been
we've made has been from stealing.
Oh yeah. All of the money you have made is from illicit activities.
But now our main source of income has, fucked off somewhere. So we need to.
Spine of the world, yeah.
Yeah, we need to get money for like armor and fancy weapons and shit.
We have armor and fancy weapons and shit.
Yeah, but we could get more.
Yeah,
Like
check out
John
my
has
boat.
that super fancy thingy armor, and we could get that for everyone. If we
Well,
grab
Money
a
wasn't the
warehouse
problem
full of
there.
gold or
They didn't
whatever.
have. They only had the one set.
They did only have the one set.
They had only one set.
Frey wasn't there. She doesn't know that.
And also, Frey, you and I can't really like if we wear armor, it's gonna mess with our spells.
Okay, well we can get.
Hubert no need
Fancy magic.
clunky metal clothes.
And Hubert is a human piece of armor or half or piece of armor. Like he can just.
Okay, bad example, but you still see my general point is that we need money from somewhere, and I'm saying a warehouse full of gold or whatever else they got in there.
Let's not become fugitives in this city until at least we've dealt with the cultists in this city.
We're going after a lord of the city. I'm pretty sure we're going to become fugitives quickly anyway.
We didn't in Burgate. We just told.
Yeah,
them
but
to-
that's only because we managed to bait Aurelia into proving
And
that.
we have seals from the Queen saying that we are working on her behalf.
Yes.
So if we are confronting a
This is
lord of
different.
the city, we have actual papers that say that we are like meant to be doing that.
meant to be investigating Cole, yes, but they still might say that we've got the wrong guy. Because let's be honest, our source for the name of this was originally the initials found in a scrap of paper in a sewer, and the full name came from a super dodgy underground criminal mastermind.
We can poke holes into this all day. All I'm saying is let's not go and rob somewhere and just to get money before we've even begun our investigation into this guy, because at the end of the day...
No, I'd say we do it afterwards.
Yeah, we'll see what happens afterwards, but sure.
The other option for this general plan is, there's enough of us that we could potentially consider splitting up into the warehouse targeting party and the Lord Vera targeting party. Just so, if we go after one and it fails because, we are not good at the whole stealth thing, then it might tip off the other. And they can get out before we get them, and we won't be able to, kill them or question them or whatever we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's better to have us all together, I guess, for numbers and for,
in case things go badly, because, last time we split off like that in the middle of an investigation, Kez and Maris both found themselves trapped in a cultist lair.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Pet Beaver out of it.
Got a beaver, yeah.
I have that spell now, so,
Oh, right, yeah, polymorph.
Oh, you got polymorph, don't you?
I have polymorph. Did we forget about this? I didn't. What can I turn myself into? That's the question.
Any beast that you're
Yeah,
aware
yeah.
I think I get anything that's challenge rating 7 or less, so...
yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
Any beast that is challenge rating 7 or less.
That's fine.
So
It's fine.
you could turn yourself into like a giant eagle or something.
That sounds
Ooh, that's cool.
It
is.
You can do some good stuff that's not just fire.
Yeah, I thought I'd try and diversify a little bit.
That's good. So every time we've tried to meet these people in their own turf, at least someone has always gotten away through some sort of teleportation circle.
But I might be able to stop that now.
But does counterspell work on teleportation circles?
Sorry?
Does counterspell work on teleportation circles or whatever they're using? Because the marks on the floor they just disappear through.
Yes.
How do we stop that?
Well, the teleportation circles, they still have to cast a spell to use those.
Oh, okay.
Right, the teleportation circle, even if it exists on the floor, they still have to cast the spell to actually teleport away. So there is a good chance that I might be able to prevent that, and I may even be able to force it with a portent if needs be, and I have the portents that I need for that, and I have the appropriate divinations that day.
Do we have a backup plan in case we have spell slot issues or Marina gets lost? I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a plausible scenario in which that wouldn't work.
So I thought with the spell teleport or teleportation circle, I thought that didn't require you to have a circle.
No, you don't have to have a circle to cast it. Teleportation circle, you draw a circle, and then it teleports you to a specific circle that you know of.
But that didn't seem to be what the cultists were doing.
No, they had a circle, and then they were
people
going.
Went into that circle at separate times and teleported through to somewhere else.
In the existence of a circle on the ground normally would not indicate that they could use that to teleport away. It would indicate that someone could use that to teleport to it. That's how a teleportation circle works. So what they're doing might be some kind of different magic, but if they're using a teleportation spell or a teleportation circle, I don't know.
Well, that's why I got the impression, because I thought we were just in the past when they've managed to escape using these circles.
Well, Lord...
I think they turned off when they went through, but
yeah,
potentially we could follow them through if it happens again.
Well, Lord Aurelia... Was it Lord Aurelia?
Lord Aurelia used an item.
Yeah,
he used an item to to bamf away.
Was it an item that cast a spell, or was it just an item?
It was an item that cast a spell.
Yeah, so like, if it's something like what Lord Aurelia did, I would potentially be able to stop that.
But in the sewers in Burgate, they had a big teleportation circle in the middle of the sewer, which I think they were using to bring the boxes in or move some boxes away. And then they had a smaller one in the office on the balcony, which is how two of the cultists, I think it was two cultists, got away through that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you burn the rest of them.
And then we burned the whole thing out. And blew everything up.
Yeah.
The alternative thing potentially would be if we had a way to get money that didn't, wasn't going to immediately get us kicked out of the city. I could try and acquire the Dispel Magic spell, and then whatever means they have of teleporting away, if they have like a portal or some kind of circle that they can use to teleport away, I might be able to just shut it down before they can even use it.
How much is the spell?
It's a 3rd level spell, so I would need 150 gold to copy it down, and then whatever the cost of the scroll is, I don't know, probably somewhere in the kind of like... No, not for that one, I don't think. I think that one's in the kind of like 500 zone.
Yeah,
like
it's about, yeah.
Somewhere up to 500.
Yeah, it would be around the 500, 550 mark.
Yeah, something like that.
Uh,
I think it's an uncommon
I can
for that.
give you some stuff that might be worth a bit of money. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a couple of hundred.
I mean,
Hubert
we're
takes out
adventurers.
his...
We could just try and... The city probably has needs for
We
adventure.
do have 600 party funds.
Sorry?
Don't forget.
But what, sorry?
Party fund for the
600 party fund.
No, we need at least some of that for lodgings and stuff. I mean, I was trying not to get rid of this, but I have a diamond you can have.
Okay, I mean, that might be
That's
good.
about 100, and a jewelry box that I stole from somewhere that has some miscellaneous things inside.
Okay, and we can potentially look at that then as an option, because if I can dispel magic as well as counterspell magic, dispelling would negate their means of escape if they have a magical means of escape that isn't a spell. That's
a good investment because we want to kill them.
And
do we want to follow them?
Question them, potentially.
Oh, and then that, but then kill them afterwards.
But,
Okay, but don't tell them that.
I'm just wondering if we should go through there, find the central base.
Wait, don't tell them that. You know I'm going to be in charge of interrogations, right?
We're still clutching at straws, just trying to find these ragtag groups around the place. But I think those circles lead to somewhere more significant.
Do we try and go through them? Can we try and go through them?
Well, this is what I'm trying to suggest. If we can, should we try?
It would, I guess, depend. I guess if we find another one, I can try and identify it, and we could see if maybe we could find out how it works or where it goes to.
Before Free blows the whole thing up.
Before Free blows the whole place up.
All right. I get the point. I'll try not to blow the next one up. How's that?
That would be good.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
None of you died in that fire, so it's fine.
A lot of other people did.
That was more
We don't know him. We don't know him, so it's fine.
Well, now Hubert does.
What?
Hubert knows their children.
What? I don't think Frey actually knows about this.
I don't think any of us do actually, because I don't think Hubert.
Sorry.
I don't think Hubert put 2 and 2 together.
Never mind.
Won't say anything. So I mean, yeah.
So is that the plan? We
think
try and get dispel magic before we get to go after any of these guys.
trying to get a hands on that spell would be really handy for just preventing all means of escape from whoever we're dealing with.
That sounds good because that's burned us more than once. I mean, Lord Aurelia, zapped off to who knows where.
Yeah.
And if he comes back again, he's obviously powerful.
But if we can prevent them from teleporting away, then we can question them. I get what you're saying, Kez. The thing is, if their teleportation circles or devices are going to a specific location, which you're guessing is like a central base for this cult, my question would be, how ready do we feel to be teleported into the middle of the central base for this cult?
Yeah, it sounds like insta death, to be honest. Is there anything we can send through as like a scout? Like, I don't know. Can Zek go through and then communicate back with us?
He'd have to come back. No, and I'd have to cast Speak with Animals to talk with him. I know what he
Can
says.
you do that
No,
when
'cause he's a fey creature, and I can't speak with animals to a fey creature. Is that right?
Yeah. Speak with animals is like
Yeah,
beasts.
Wait, who's
I can't
Zeph?
talk. My
Zek is
Zeph is
the baboon.
is baboon.
my baboon.
Yes.
Kez
Kez summoned the
Fey.
baboon in the last fight.
Very effective.
Apparently, this also happened like ages ago in the basement lair, but
But there was a token for Zeph. Zeph has a token now.
so Zek can't go through.
He can go
Chickens
through.
can't go
won't be able to
through.
tell us. BC could go through and come back and tell us.
BC could go through.
You know who could go through? Who you could talk to? BC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So BC could go through.
Would Hubert let BC go through?
that's
I don't want to risk BC.
I mean, if it stops us all from dying in an apocalypse.
But it might not. It might just kill the cat.
Yeah, that's also true. And possibly alert them to our presence if a random cat just turns up in cultist HQ.
I might be able to afford a spell myself that could give us a potential way to send something through.
What we thinking?
If I got a familiar,
Oh, cool! I want one of those.
I might be able to see through its eyes and then send it through the thing.
That sounds terrifying.
It does, but it gets through to the other side, and either I will be able to see in there, or I won't be able to see in there, and it will die, and then I just pay 10 gold to bring it back.
So, what would be the condition on you being able to see through its eyes after it's gone through?
Fergus's interpretation of the spell, basically. Because I've seen two different interpretations.
What's your thoughts on this stone? It doesn't seem to go to anywhere bad.
No, it was pretty bad. Like I got a really bad headache just looking at the place through
that bad.
Kez's.
Well, his parents survived.
We don't know.
You don't know. I don't know.
People have survived traveling to the abyss as well. They go insane, but they survive.
That doesn't really sound like the ideal holiday destination.
No, it definitely is not. The abyss is awful.
Maybe daughter gave stone, so we go places.
Maybe. What I'm really curious. It's Marina. Do you know if you said there's only one charge left?
Yes.
Could there be any way to recharge it? Because and walk up to
That
the
is a
user.
question.
There's a little power socket at the back of
Yeah,
the
yeah, USB.
USB-C.
Come on.
USB on it.
B- BC.
PC.
Boo.
I doubt it. Items like this, if they have a recharge, usually just recharge after a period of time. Usually like the next day. This one, by the looks of it, seems to be like a disposable one where once it's gone, it's just done. But
If someone wants to go through there, there's no certain way back.
that's the other thing as well, is it's a one-way trip technically.
But I mean, there seem to be ways out. It looked like
Sure, but
it was a maze to a lot of other places.
I'm sure there are ways out, but it doesn't mean that they're going to be easy ways out. Like, it doesn't mean that we're going to be able to just go in there and go, there's the exit, everyone just, meet back here in 5 and we'll leave. It's, it's...
Maybe I'll just instinctively know what to do when we get there.
I don't think we
That's
should
a
bank
good
on that.
plan. That's a good central.
Hubert's sick of plan. Let's just do.
No! The plan, we need to plan. We need to...
No.
As much as I'm all for the impulsive, like, doing the first thing that comes to my ship, we actually do need to plan this, and that's coming from me.
I think we need to go check out the warehouse, and then
Why don't we split the party? Maris, Hubert, and me can go through the stone, and then we'll meet up with you guys. We want to
So Maris,
I mean,
Des and Hubert are going to their deaths. Fantastic.
Or we're gonna
And
have
Marina,
the
you'll
best
be left with the
adventure
crazy.
ever.
Or they're gonna have the best adventure. Okay, yeah. What are you
I'm
guys?
sorry, but if Marina is left with me and John, you were going to go out of your mind.
What are you guys doing? But by this point, you have reached the Merchant's Rest.
So, get room,
yeah.
get dispel magic, go to the warehouse, is that the plan?
And then go to the Infinite Maze.
And then,
We came here
then
for
go after Lord, what's his face?
Era.
We
Yeah,
came here
that.
for the warehouse. I think we need to sort that. The stone was a bonus. I think we'll find out. Let's find out what the stone does after we've sorted out the warehouse. But
Yeah, I'm going to keep hold of the stone and not give it to any of you lunatics, because, like, for once, I'm going to be the sensible one here.
Yeah. I mean, we know what the stone does. It's just, I don't want to use it.
What do we do when we get there?
Opens a one-way door to hell.
did we say there was one or two
Oh.
charges left? I thought you
It's
said
got
there was
one
two.
charge. It's got
One
one charge.
charge.
in it. Yeah. So
It started with 2 and they used one to
we will get,
get
there.
here
the
or
s-
get the things here or whatever.
Yeah, we would get there. The stone would disintegrate, and we would be stuck on another plane until we could find a way out. And
That, from the
that's
name, does
maybe
not
the-
sound like
Yes.
a bundle of fun.
the plane
I mean,
called.
I
the
will
Infinite
point
Maze.
this out. None of you have any idea of the ins and outs of how the keystone actually works.
Oh, identify didn't say how to...
No, it just said this is what it kind of does. This is how many charges it has left. You have no idea whether the keystone disintegrates and leaves you on the other side. You don't know whether it. Yeah, you guys have
Okay,
no
so
idea.
we could.
Yeah, but
we
if
could
you
activate
if you
it, but
make
then we
something
don't-
up and sorry, what were you saying?
We could activate it, but we don't know what would happen afterwards. Is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
basically.
Yeah,
you-
and if we can't use the one charge as a test run.
No,
I mean, you could.
but
It'd be
it
very
we-
interesting.
would be a
we
test run,
shouldn't.
and then we wouldn't have an actual run.
Yes,
So,
but okay, we literally can, but we shouldn't. Is my point.
yes.
Pedantic DM.
Yeah. No. That's very accurate, Frey. It is something we can do. It is something we shouldn't do.
Exactly.
As are many things in this party.
We're in agreement on the plan for once. What is going on?
You are.
Disagreement.
You are.
I
Somehow.
love the split in the party. Some of you are like, let's do it. Let's use the stone. Let's do it. Another.
No,
and, like,
I am
the
keeping
most-
it.
The most chaotic player is in agreement with the most sensible player. They're like, let's not do this. Let's
feel-
not do this.
I feel like we're in an alternate dimension where I've like swapped personalities or something.
Yeah, this is very weird.
This
We
is
need
very
John
So,
to
I'm keeping the stone far away from all of you.
Oh, do you want me to text him? I'll text him.
What would you do?
Free.
Yeah.
Frey's running on survival instinct.
Yeah.
And just,
Frey doesn't want to die. Frey is
They
now
never find you
extremely
in the infinite
paranoid
maze.
and does not want to go to the infinite maze because it
Let's
does not sound
go.
fun. She will burn down the warehouse though.
So, and you guys are saying you want to find the warehouse, which fine, we can go and start searching for the warehouse. Yeah, and then potentially some spells shopping to be done.
Shouldn't we do the shopping first?
That probably would make sense, because if we find the warehouse and find ourselves in a situation where we are like rushed to go in there, hopefully that shouldn't be the case, but if we are in that situation, it's good to know that we're prepared for it.
Yeah. And you know, if you need gold, you take the. And she reaches in, Frey reaches in her backpack and pulls out the diamond that I think it was. Silence gave her, and throws it at Marina. It's like,
I don't know why I did that. There's no way Marina's catching it. She's -2 on dex.
if you need it, take
In the
this.
face.
Do you throw it to Marina?
Yeah.
Marina, make me a dex save because it's fun.
11.
11. I mean, you catch it. It's not graceful.
No.
You like muddle it a bit. Yeah, yeah. So it's like when a 4-year-old catches it. You kind of like catch it with your forearms, and you're like, yeah.
Okay, great, thank you.
Here you go, money.
Okay.
What was it worth?
What?
I think it was like
worth 100 gold.
Yeah.
Diamond worth 100 gold. Got it.
Which I now have to remove from my inventory. Oh, sad.
Yes, sad times. Anyway, none of you are doing any shopping at the moment because it is now very late in the evening as you have stood outside this inn, arguing for quite a while. But no, you did make it to the Merchant's Rest, which is a large 2-story circular building with a thatched roof and a set of large double doors that lead to a sort of an inner room. There's a hole, like a pit, in the center that seems to lead to a subfloor that houses all of the inn's seating. The bar takes up the majority of the far side of the floor that you're on. So it kind of like leads around like that, and then the bar's along that wall. And then the doors are there. There are 2 sets of stairs that are on either side of the bar that lead up to the second floor, where it is like the rooms are housed. It's a very strange looking building.
Oh, I had a diamond that was worth 500 gold already. I don't know where I got that, but I have it in my inventory.
What? Where did that come from?
I don't know.
Well, if it was in your inventory, it came from somewhere, so
Yeah.
I must have given it to you at some point. Oh, I think that might have been one of the diamonds from the creepy house that you guys went into.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
What, with the ghost children?
With the ghost children.
Were John and Marina there for that?
No. But I think you shared the loot with them because that you guys were like, oh hey, we have all of this stuff. Maybe you could use it.
Mm. Yeah, I still have the jewelry box from that house that has some stuff.
Yeah. But you're able to.
Pouch with an eye.
Oh, you still got the pouch with the Nothic eye in it.
That's not worth anything though.
No, that's it might be worth something to an alchemist. They tend to buy Nothic eyes, but it won't be worth a lot. But you're able to rent rooms for the night, and you will have a comfortable night's rest. glad to be off the road. And with it being 11:15, and with I know some people having to be up early for work tomorrow, we will call the session there, with you guys awaking the next morning within the city of Colton. You have a list of things to buy and a list of people to find.
List of places to burn down. I mean, investigate.
And
Well,
exactly one stone to activate.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not giving you the fucking keystone back.
Hey, you said you'd give it back to me at night so I can
Yeah, well,
remember
now I
about my
won't,
family.
because-
My long dead family who I'm trying to reconnect with.
No, she's changed her mind because you have gone insane with weird, like, memory power, and you're not getting it back now.
Anyway, we'll wait and see where all of that goes next week. Thank you for watching, either live with us or on the YouTubes when we inevitably post this up.
Make sure if you are watching on Twitch, make sure to follow us and subscribe if you can. You can actually subscribe through your Amazon Prime account without paying anything. You get a free one free subscription with an Amazon Prime account. So, maybe send that our way and help support us. And if you're watching on YouTube, please like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment, as doing all three things together really, really helps to boost the channel.
It does. Algorithms are horrible things that are very unkind.
YouTube's algorithm has very specific parameters.
Yes, it does.
Hey.
But yeah, do all those things. RSVP to the party. Come see us. It'll be very fun.
Yeah, come find us on wayfarersleague.com.
We're not terrifying in person.
And you can come and join our community and play games with all of us and with everyone else who's in the community. There's a lot of fun stuff going on.
Yeah, and if you're a new GM and want some tips and tricks, the GM's Academy is the best way to do that.
Yes.
So sign up for that. But with all that said, see you next week.
Goodbye.
See you next week.
Bye.